Okay. How you darn?
Bam.
How you darn? How you darn? What's
How
Gucci,
you feeling,
people?
baby?
What's Gucci? How we doing? How we living? How we feeling? What's up? Say hello in the chat. Let us know who's with us, who we're hanging out with today. Um, Good to see some people already in the chat. What's up, TK? What's up, Albert? What's up, Ryan? What's up, other Ryan? What's up, Pigeon Gaming?
Kyle,
What's
Jared.
up? What's up, Kyle? What's up, Jared? What's up, Pigeon? What's up, William? We are doing good. Hope you guys are doing good as well.
Yeah.
We've got a Dynasty startup mock draft for you guys today. Excited to get into it, talk some Dynasty, talk some football. It's a good day to talk Dynasty football. Every day is a good day to talk Dynasty football. Curious, actually, never mind. I'm going to say curious where I should draft, but I remember I told one of our patrons that I would draft from where they're drafting.
Yeah.
I just remembered that, but
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm at
thanks
the
for
3
joining us today. Say again.
I'm at the 3 because I'm kind of doing in order. So I did 1, 2, now 3. So
thanks for joining us today, guys. Hope your day is going absolutely swell. If you can do us a massive favor and hit that like button for us.
You like that?
Just
You
a
like
very,
that?
very simple way to support the channel, to help the channel grow. Do appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support that we have gotten thus far. All right, we're doing a 2023 Dynasty Startup Draft. Let's come over to this screen here. 12 team, okay? PPR, non-superflex. If people want to join today's mock draft, Badake, what's the process for them to do that?
yeah, all you have to do is join our Discord, guys. If you're here watching, if you're new now, watching right now and you're live, join our Discord, link in the description below. And if you are watching this later, once again, link in the description below. All you have to do is go to Dynasty, damn it, in the Dynasty mock draft tab. That's exactly where I'll be posting the link. You can kind of see all the other stuff, all the other links that we've been posting there as well for this mock draft. It is first come, first serve, so don't stress. We do go live Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, leading up to the season. So plenty of time, plenty of opportunities, and I don't know about summertime. Yo, it's hot. It is hot, by the way. But yeah, join our Discord.
What's up, TD? What's up, Aaron? What's up, King? What's up, PH? What's up, Jay Stump? It has been a minute. What's up, bruv?
How we feeling?
What's up, Steven? Hoping for a break from work here. I love it. What was for breakfast? Man. I actually had a little yogurt parfait. I made myself a little yogurt, put a little granola in there, a little passion fruit. Ooh,
a little passion. I had an apple. I haven't really had much. Since I'm moving again, so I kind of broke down the bed, moved it downstairs, and then I realized that I had to do a live stream. So now I had a quick apple right before the live stream. Now I'm here.
Yeah, we'll see. We also had a little chaos yesterday. If you guys didn't hear, we recorded like a 3-hour session, and then Badake's audio was corrupted. So the audio you guys are going to hear from the next 4 videos, it's not the best audio we've ever put out, but we had no option. So yeah, I hope you guys still enjoy the content. Did you have a listen to some of it? I tried my absolute best, man.
No, yeah.
I spent hours trying to make it sound okay.
We also tried, I think it's really fun, which I think we should say. We also tried, so like Adobe has like this AI podcast filter that you can use, but it sounded significantly better. It made me sound like a white dude. Yeah,
it made you sound like a middle-aged white man.
Yeah, and
it was so weird.
It was like, I don't know if people are just gonna laugh at the fact that it sounds like that or what, but anyways, we kind of
I decided we just try to use the audio from your camera. It's rough. I try my best, guys. I try my best.
It was definitely rough, but all good. Subtitles, imagine. Oh gosh, it was funny though. It was
so interesting. Anyway, let's hope that never happens again.
I showed it to Ellen, and she was like, "I thought that was you talking." I was like, "Babe, listen to this." And she was like, "Is that Zach?" I was like, "No, that's me."
Oh, she thought it was me.
Yeah, she thought it was you. Because
I know it doesn't sound anything like you.
No, it doesn't.
Sean, what's wrong with middle-aged white dude? Nothing.
No, nothing wrong.
Okay, let's go ahead and send out that link in our Discord. So let's go ahead and send that out. Again, join the Dizzy if you haven't yet. And let's send that link out to the Dizzy and let's get this thing popping.
Popping. All right.
Roxanne.
Link is going out here. 3, 2, 1.
You don't have to stay, love. Country boy. I'll tell you what, Ronnie has the hacks.
Yeah, Ronnie's been getting in a lot.
Ronnie's got some hacks unlocked.
Yeah, him and D Macy, but Macy's probably kind of taking a little break. Maybe we'll work or something.
All right, guys, let's get on the same page here, and then we'll get this thing popping. We're doing a Dynasty startup mock draft. It is Superflex. It is not tight end premium. It is PPR format. No third round reversal. I know some people play that way, and that's okay. We're going to show you some landing spots that we're using for these rookies, so let's go through them together. Bryce Young went to the Colts. CJ Stroud went to the Texans, which, by the way, I saw Mike Renner, which I really love his work. I saw him tweet something out today. I retweeted it. Let me try and find it. I saw Mike Renner tweet something out about that CJ Stroud. Okay, here it is. He said, a quick mock draft note that was pointed out to me this morning by PFF Brad. CJ Stroud has the same agent as Deshaun Watson. He ain't going to the Texans. I just found that interesting. I don't think that eliminates him from the Texans, but I just thought that was a cool piece of news from Mike.
I guess like why
it's just a damaged relationship. Again, it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. I'm just saying it's interesting that he will be representing him, and that whole Deshaun Watson situation was just a nightmare, you know?
Right. Okay. I mean, that's definitely interesting. I wonder. Yeah. I mean, I can definitely see that, but I wonder if it's like the same company that represents Deshaun Watson. But
it's the same exact agent. Yeah, it's the same exact agent. Thanks for the sub. Okay, let's keep going through this. So then we have.
That's interesting, though.
It is. Will Levis to the Raiders. Anthony Richardson to the Panthers. It feels like they always flip-flop. Quentin Johnson to the Titans. Jordan Addison to the Texans. Bijan Robinson to the Packers. Wow. I got to read this one. This one is sure to rile up the positional value crowd. However, running back is a sneaky need for Matt LaFleur's offense. Is it? That is built around establishing the run first and creating big play opportunities through the air with play action. Aaron Jones has 2 years left on his contract with cap hits of $20 million in 23. Okay, that's a good point. It is a pretty high cap hit. It's likely the Packers move on from Jones this offseason or next as he nears the dreaded 30-year-old mark at the running back age. A.J. Dillon, who is entered into his final year of his rookie contract, has established himself as a fan favorite, but might be a better complementary than a feature back. Interesting. I don't think this happens, but okay, here we are today. Tried to make his point. Tough. The thing is, though, Aaron Jones, I think, wants to restructure. We'll see. Okay, on to the second half of the first round. We got Michael Mayer to the Bucks. We have Devin Witherspoon to the Chargers, in case anyone cares. JSN goes to the Giants. Giants. Josh Downs to the Bills at the end of the first.
Well, that's nice.
That is nice. That's a nice spot for him. Brian Branch somehow falls to the Chiefs. He's not going to fall that far, I don't think, but... Okay, on to the second round. We have Jalen Hyatt to the Chargers, Kayshon Booty to the Saints, Luke Musgrave to the Titans, Dalton Kincaid to the Packers, Rashee Rice to the Patriots, Hendon Hooker to the Commanders, Zay Flowers to the Steelers. No, I don't love it. Tanner McKee to the Bucks, Nathaniel Dell to the Bears, Sam Laporta to the Jags. Your guy, Sam Laporta, Devin A-Chain to the Eagles. Into the second round. I like it. I like it a lot.
Come on. Keep going.
Into the third round we go. Darnell Washington to the Dolphins. Parker Washington to the Colts. Jahmyr Gibbs to the Lions in the third round. I don't understand why.
Everyone's so like back and forth with Jahmyr nowadays. Like, oh, he's a good guy. Like, he's a good RB. He's not a good RB. It's just...
Xavier Hutchinson goes to the Eagles in the third round. Not great. Jonathan Mingo to the Giants. Rakim Jarrett to the Steelers in the third round. On to round 4. Zach Charbonnet goes in the fourth round to the Texans. Okay. Well, I mean, this is just for fun. Keep in mind, guys, just for fun. Jaron Hall to the Saints. Jaden Reed to the Patriots. Chase Brown to the Browns. Downtown Chase Brown on the Cleveland Browns. Dwayne McBride goes to the Giants. Tajay Spears to the Bills. Zach Evans to the Bengals. Tucker Kraft to the Bears. Yeah, this is an interesting one from Draft Tech. Very interesting one. Sean Tucker goes to the Niners in the 4th. That's rough. Dontavion to the Falcons. Puka Nakua in the 4th round to the Packers. We'd like to see that. Kenny McIntosh to the Rams. And we're not going to go through round 6 and 7, but you guys have a link to it if you want to. So let's go ahead and start this bad boy off, and let's get it poppin'. Roxanne
poppin'. Wow. How's everyone's week going? What's been going on? Anything planned for this weekend? Any big moves? Shit, that was fast. Okay.
I actually have my wife's brother's wedding.
Oh, wow. Wife's brother's
Tomorrow.
wedding. Where's he getting married? Where? Sorry.
Yeah, somewhere in Sydney. His wife is Turkish, and obviously they have Chinese background, so it's gonna be all out. It's gonna be all out. So
a Turkish-Chinese wedding.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting.
She's gonna rock up with her cast.
She's full casted right now.
Full casted. Nah, she definitely needs the wheelie knee thingy for tomorrow, for the weekend, I guess.
So we see quarterbacks up to pick 5. No surprise. It's just really what order they go in that changes. And that's what we would do as well. Where's Derek Carr going? I think it's the Saints. Let's see what happens, though.
Yeah, I mean, so many teams that can grab him right now. I think he has the balls in his court. He can go wherever he really wants. You know, he can make the decision. You definitely look at, where's Derek Carr from?
Las Vegas. Well, no, that's where he went to college.
Derek Carr.
I feel like at this point of his career, it doesn't really matter, though, because he probably doesn't have ties with his hometown. But where is he from?
He was actually born in Fresno, California.
Okay, so he's born in Cali. He's not going to Cali.
No, he's not going to Cali.
You're not going to Paris. Cole says, first time drafting with y'all. Welcome in, my man.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Welcome in. All right, so I want to give a big shout out to King Matthias over on Patreon. He signed up pretty recently, and we were talking in the fantasy hotline. He said, hey, I'm drafting at the 12. I want to go. He has a startup draft here soon. He says, I'm drafting at the 12. I want to go Bijan Robinson and then best quarterback available. Well, King, this could happen. I've said it before. I wouldn't be surprised if Bijan Robinson goes off the board at this point. Like, it's not surprising to me. So I'm going to draft as if this is real, obviously. I would probably then swap to go double quarterback in this spot. I love getting Deshaun Watson here at the 112. I'm still a huge fan of Deshaun Watson. I think he's going to have a great bounce back this year. And then we have Kyler Murray and Dak Prescott just kind of sitting there. Man, it's really close between those two options.
Yeah, it's tough right now with Kyler, man. Really tough.
I had all my rookie rankings up. Let me try and get my regular Dynasty rankings up, so I can refer to my rankings here.
Oh, good.
So I'm probably gonna go Kyler here, but of course, if King is watching this later, you wanted to try and win this year, you could swap to like a Dak Prescott here, if you wanted to. I mean, we could even go younger here. We could go Bryce or CJ. I mean, Bryce goes to the Colts. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go Bryce Young here. Bryce went to the Colts first overall.
I like it.
Let's have a little fun.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So, Deshaun Watson, Bryce Young to the Colts. I mean, very, very interesting to see what's happening.
King says I'm watching now. Yeah, unfortunately, Bijan went right ahead, man. So, we gotta play it as if it's real.
Yeah, and like you said, could definitely be a real possibility, and kind of what we saw, with the Jonathan Taylor motion last year. Wow, so he's going running back, Bijan and Breece Hall right off the bat. So makes sense. CeeDee Lamb. And I said this last time as well, and I think that's kind of where it's going to be going once we understand these landing spots. But the way this market's going right now, I feel like you might have to secure at least your RB1 that is going to be your heavy hitter, 15 plus points every single week, and then just hope that RB2, you hit on that RB2 in the later rounds or whenever.
Yeah, it depends
honestly.
on, I guess, your strategy, and depends on your goal when you're
Yeah.
building your team through the startup. So still some really good quarterback options here at the 2-7, which is interesting. Typically, we're seeing those guys go off the board, but I guess people are trying different strategies, which left some good options there at the 2-7.
Yeah.
Hey guys, do us a favor, drop a like if you have yet to do so. Just the easiest way for you to support what we do, to support the channel, to help us grow. Would definitely appreciate that. If we get to that 100 like mark, we will pop off a rookie mock draft for you guys right after this Dynasty startup is over. So if you do want to see a rookie mock right after this one finishes, a whole new group of people, go ahead and drop that like button. With your help, I know we can get to that point. So CMC goes off at the 2-7, and these quarterbacks are falling. Dak Prescott at the 2-8. Could you imagine starting with Justin Herbert and Dak Prescott?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean,
crazy.
Wow. That's incredible. Incredible.
Mr. Inquiyab.
Mr. Incredible.
Mr. Inquiyab.
PH says, how did Dak fall? I mean, good question, man. Very good question. We don't know. But he fell. He fell.
All right, Jalen Waddle, and I'll take his teammates, and I'm okay to take Tua here. I mean, once again, I'm expecting all these quarterbacks to kind of go significantly earlier. I think if I'm at the 1-3, someone 1-3, 1-2, 101, I think I'm believing that's where the cutoff is going to be in quarterbacks, and where I'm going to have to pivot. But in this scenario, I'll take Joe Burrow, Tua. I still believe in Tua. I think he'll be okay. I know there's a couple different rumors and reports coming out, but
yeah, what did we heard here recently? I mean, they're all rumors. They're just rumors, but
yeah, I think
the most recent thing I heard was Tua and Lamar swap.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, I think if that does happen, I'm not necessarily sure if I don't think I'm going to be on the Tua train anymore. Because I like that
offense around
system.
Him just elevates him so much.
I love that system that he's in over there. So my thought process will definitely change. But right now, I'm believing Tua's going to be there. I'm believing he's going to be the starter. I'm believing he's going to kind of pick off where he left off. I mean, if you extrapolate what he was doing this past year without the concussions, he would have finished as a top 8, top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
So he was on pace for a really good season.
Pitts goes off at the 3-1. I like it. Honestly, I think Kyle Pitts is getting too much disrespect. I know it was a disappointing year. Okay.
Kyle Pitts, Travis Etienne. It could be a win now.
Travis Kelce, yeah.
Kelsey, sorry. I mean, could it be like a win now?
I would go out on a limb and say you could probably get Kelce at the 4-11. I don't know.
That's tough, man.
I would be surprised if he... I'm not going to say that... Let's say this. I think there's a greater chance he would have been available at the 4-11 than he would have not been available at the 4-11.
Okay.
Let me double check, though. I mean, what's the most recent... Maybe I'm speaking out of my ass. What are you going to do here?
Gosh, there's so many good guys here, man. There are
just good guys, like in general, just like good dudes. Like they're just good guys.
Like genuine guys, like in real life. I mean,
they're just good people, good-hearted guys.
I'm looking at a running back. I'm looking at a wide receiver. I mean, it's hard not to pass up this wide receiver. I'm gonna take Garrett Wilson here.
Okay, yeah. I like that pick.
I mean, I'm looking at running backs too, and I think I'm always gonna take Garrett Wilson over the guy that I'm thinking, which should probably get drafted here. But let's see if that does happen.
So, what do you know about Garrett Wilson, the person?
Great guy.
Just know he's a good guy.
We had a couple conversations. He's been over. You know, he's the guy that he's a great guy. That's what I can say.
Just a great guy. Just a big fan of him as a human being.
As a human.
Badake and I saw Ant-Man last night. By the way, the new Ant-Man. Don't want to leave any spoilies.
No, I mean,
we saw it together. It was interesting.
Let me just say this: it's a good introduction to what Phase 4 is going to be. If you are a Marvel follower, and how and it was just a good introduction of what that was. Is a movie overall good? I think that's up to your individual thoughts.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. 106 plus 202 for JT. I'll take the Jonathan Taylor side there.
Yeah, I'm okay with that as well.
Is Travis Etienne worth 108, 209, and Trey McBride? I mean, if that's a tight end premium, you'll have to have the conversation about Trey. But yeah, I would pay that price.
I'm okay with that as well. Because Amon-Ra here as well. So these wide receivers, I'm glad I'm kind of.
Hey, let's all get on the same page with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I believe, and let me know if I'm wrong. I believe it's ARSB. ARSB. Can we get on the same page? ARSB. Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? Because I know I see a lot of people out there who are doing AMSB. I don't like AMSB. I like ARSB. But what do you guys think? Where are we leaning here?
My natural instinct is AMSB. That's what I do. But you want what was it?
I don't understand it though, because you're using every other letter as the beginning of part of his name. Right? Amon, Ra, Saint, Brown. I don't understand how the AM part of it is there.
Maybe we should just spell out his whole name every time.
Okay, most people are on the same page with me. Amon-Ra St. Brown, ARSB, 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 the Sun God, ARSB, ARSB. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just know I've seen people out there doing the AMSB. I'm just like, why though?
AMSB for me. AMSB. I guess we're just different.
Stop.
We're just different.
Stop.
The other
Make
person
it
I
make
was
sense.
thinking of at the 3-3 was actually Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
I usually don't go the running back route, but kind of like the thought process I was saying was maybe I should, trying to get one of these, my top running back I can set and forget. But it's hard when Garrett Wilson, Olave, and Amon-Ra and even T, are on the board there.
Yeah.
So
sorry, I was laughing because JT says Badake, OBJ wasn't ODB.
ODB.
Sun God is better. Yeah. Cole says I'd probably reach for Kelsey, but starting with him and Mahomes felt like a big advantage in tight end premium. For sure. This is not tight end premium, but yeah, this is not tight end premium, but if you play in that format, for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
In tight end premium, he wouldn't be available at the 411. Dynasty Day Trader, or as I know him, Tucker Kraft's NFL agent, says it's always and always has been Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah. Antoine says ASB, keep it simple. See, now we're getting, but Antoine, you could argue that you might be making it more complicated by throwing a new wrench into the plans,
Yeah, maybe.
You can make the argument. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying some people out there, they could make that argument. All right, let's see what Casey does here.
Yeah, I got T, Hill.
I really wanted T.
JSN
Higgins, JSN, or Drizzy LaFall to me.
There goes DK.
Or Metcalf is who I wanted to fall.
It's a pretty big tier there, I would say. I think that's kind of where it changes for me.
I'm talking straight to King right now because I'm trying to mock for him. I'm going best player available here, man. And it's not tight end premium, but I would be ecstatic to get Mark Andrews at the 312. I think he's being massively disrespected right now this offseason. So I'm going to go ahead and have him in the queue. We're going to use our time here to make the best decision with this next pick. Is Devonta Smith still available? Because he would be my next pick off the board. All right, so that's what we're going to do here. We're going to try and get some of these guys, receivers, tight ends. We'll try and hit on running backs later unless there's a good value somewhere. So we'll go Mark Andrews here at the 312. And then we'll go Devonta Smith. So I like when you kind of establish those quarterbacks, you're able to build around the rest of your team. So that feels good. Danny Dimes at the 4-2. Casey's putting the ADP up.
Come on, Casey. There goes Will.
There goes Will. You're good, Cole. AB. Never heard AMSB or ARSB until tonight. Fair enough. Favorite MCU film from last year? Thought most were forgettable. From last year, let me remember.
From last year, I mean, the first one that comes to mind probably be Wakanda Forever. I really love that one.
That was a really good one. Thor: Love and Thunder was such a letdown.
Was Spider-Man No Way Home last year? Or
I
2 years
think.
ago?
I'm pulling up a website right now. Okay, Doctor Strange, Thor: Love and Thunder, Wakanda. I guess there was no Spider-Man.
So there wasn't that many movies that came out from last year. I think.
I would say most were pretty forgettable except for Black Panther.
That was probably the three, like you said. Strange.
Strange was good, but
Thor, and then Wakanda.
it wasn't life-changing. I thought Thor: Love and Thunder was a huge letdown, personally. We see a little run of quarterbacks here, and then Saquon. Did you have an opinion on Thor? By the way, like I know we saw it, but
I didn't love it. I thought it was.
I felt like they tried to play on Ragnarok too much.
Yeah, it was too much, but yeah, it was just too much. It was too much.
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
It's just too much, man. Tucker Kraft's agent on dead. Ryan says one quarterback. Traded Lamar 104 and 205 for Pat Mahomes and Mark Andrews. Lamar, okay.
Traded Lamar 104 and 205.
That's a pretty even deal in a one quarterback format. Yeah.
I think we actually saw that trade on our trade video.
I think so. Yeah.
So
that's a pretty even deal
Ryan,
there.
But I'm pretty sure
I like the Pat side.
we said the Pat side. I think we both agreed. It goes Jameson. Okay, that's who I was gonna pick. There. Okay.
Thor was so bad. Doctor Strange over Wakanda over Thor. I would agree. I would just put Wakanda first. But I respect it, brother. I respect it. Shout out to the 97 people who are spending their time watching our stream. I mean, shout out to you guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had a good day. If it was a bad day, just let it out in the chat. Let's talk it out right now. Okay? Well, what made you mad today? Hopefully something good happened. But thanks for joining us. Just so you know, if we hit the 100 like mark, we're going to pop off a rookie mock draft for you right after this. A whole new group of people. So if you can do us a favor, drop that like. If we get to that 100 mark,
that's right, baby.
We will go ahead and pop off another mock for you. That's the goal, 100. I work with absolute idiots. That's what makes me mad. Same, bro. Same. Just kidding. Nah, I think we've got a good crew here. Just me and Badake. It's just us doing everything.
Yeah, I think our crew probably top tier, I would say.
Yeah. I would put us in S tier.
Yeah, 100%. That's funny.
Done. Davis Antoine says done. What's a good way to randomize rookie draft order for startup leagues that are doing vet only draft? There is genuinely no fair way to do it. That's why if you do a startup draft before the rookies are drafted, it's not a good system, but you have to have rookie picks in the startup draft. There's no fair way to go about it because the 101 in a rookie draft is a huge advantage over the 112. Whereas if you have the 101 in a startup, yeah, you're getting the best quarterback, but you can still at the 112 draft a very good team. The 112 in the rookie draft and the 101 just miles apart in value, miles and miles and miles apart. So it's just exaggerated. So I don't think there's a fair way to randomize a rookie draft before the NFL. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you're doing a startup, then do a startup. Let the next year be your rookie draft, you know? And we would always advise to do startups after the NFL draft, but that's just our belief. So, yeah, I don't think there's a fair way to randomize it. What are you thinking here, man? Christian Watson falls to the 5-2. I like it. And I know that if Badake was here, he would be going off in the chat. He would be saying, y'all crazy. You know what Christian Watson did this year?
Y'all crazy, man. Then we'll go Jahan there.
Jahan Dotson off the board.
Jahan Dotson.
Preston says, am I crazy for preferring Tua over Dak? Waddle and Hill is an insane combo of wide receivers that is guaranteed production. Plus, he's younger. Both are injury prone. I don't think you're crazy. I just think
No.
I think that the Cowboys are likely to address wide receiver 2 soon. So I think it's something that goes into your decision making process, the weapons around him, but I wouldn't have it be something that like makes the decision, if that makes sense. But I don't think it's crazy.
It's really close. Personally, I mean, Tua's my QB 12, Dak's my 14. So.
Oh, you have Tua over Dak then?
I do have Tua over Dak.
Okay. Yeah, I would have Dak over Tua.
Yeah. For me,
13 and 14, so it's back to back. So I do have Dak just one spot higher, but it's very close.
Yeah. For me, it's close as well. I actually really believe in Tua. It's just I know that the concussions are a massive question mark, but once we kind of get over that hurdle coming into the season, whether it's that's the first game or the first 5 games, I think we'll feel really a lot more comfortable as we get into the season.
Yeah. Jordan Addison goes off the board. Russell Wilson at the 5-4. I don't hate it. Don't hate it.
No, don't hate it.
I think there's a lot of really good young talent on the board still, but I don't hate it. Jordan Addison at the 5-5. Didn't Jordan Addison go to the Texans? Yep. Yeah, so Ronnie has the type of team that I dreamed to build. Herbert, Dak, Amon-Ra, Diggs, Addison. We see Quentin Johnston go at the 5-6. Wait. How did you draft Dotson over Johnston?
I know. I don't like the landing spot. That's the only reason why I didn't draft him. But I looked at Quentin Johnston. That's fair. Just didn't go with the landing spot. I think that's probably, in my opinion, a really bad landing spot, and I wouldn't. I think
that's a huge overcorrection, though.
For sure.
I mean, you're betting on the talent, man.
I hear you. But this is why we mock.
Okay. Fair enough.
Where we live at here? No, Dynasty starter should be auction. Third round reversals after rookie draft is most fair for you if you're doing snake.
Yeah, even then, I just think there's too big of an advantage whoever gets the 101. 5-2 for Watson feels late for sure. Bateman and Gabe or 24 first. Where is that 24 first?
Ooh, that's close.
I would say if that's a mid 24 first, I'm taking the 24 first.
Stars right now, it's 5-11. Take
Judy, Traylon, or DJ Moore. I think for me, between Judy and Traylon, and I would lean Traylon.
Yeah. I think I would do Judy from looking at my rankings.
Yeah, it would be Traylon for me, but it would be between those two.
It'll be Judy. It will be Judy for me.
Is Wandale plus a 24 third too much for King Henry? No. That's a steal for King Henry.
Low that wide receiver.
Even at his age.
Establish. Yeah.
Not sure if y'all have covered. Okay, let me make a pick here. There goes Traylon.
Trigger Trey.
A lot of different ways I could go here. Ooh, this is interesting, man. DeAndre Swift. I cannot wrap my head around DeAndre Swift, guys. I just cannot wrap my head around him. Is it ever going to actually happen? We've talked about this on a video this week, but I mean, I'm struggling to evaluate him properly. Thanks for the sub, Dom.
Appreciate you, brother.
Let's go to the wide receiver position. I'm gonna draft Pickens here. That's an auto pick for me. And then I'm probably gonna go Debo. We're gonna keep building this wide receiver room. It'll definitely be Pickens. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Debo feels like the right pick here. Man, Swift is so difficult to evaluate. And Jamal's probably back. If he's not, they might draft someone. They were so successful using Swift sparingly. It just worries me, man. And it's the same coaching staff.
I get it.
I'm gonna go Debo here. I'm gonna go wide receiver 3 times in a row. Thoughts on Chig Okonkwo's role? We like Chig.
Yeah,
Definitely
we like
big
Chig.
fans. Let's see what he can do in year 2. Tua just got to stop smashing the hit stick. True.
You gotta learn how
Is
to
Justin Fields primed for year 3 breakout? I mean, he kind of had a year 2 breakout, but I definitely would love to see him continue to progress in that way.
Yeah.
Let's hope they give him some weapons so he can. I'm going Daniel Jones over Tua and Dak at value. I can respect that. What wide receivers in the draft would make Olave the wide receiver 2 in New Orleans? For me, no one. I'm taking Olave over everyone in this draft right now.
Yes,
Maybe JSN for me is the one I would.
I have Olave over everyone here.
But Aki, people are going to start questioning your loyalty to your boy.
That's okay.
But Aki's starting to come down on QJ. Are you?
I'm still there. I just said I didn't like the landing spot. I drafted him higher.
Yeah, that's where we see differently though. Best player available in rookies, like talent based off landing spot. I think we've always seen that a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Wow, love this high. Love as in
go? Jordan. Oh wow, yeah, he went to 5'9".
Oh wow, yeah, that is. I definitely did not see that.
Interesting. I'm assuming your Charms is probably believing that he's going to be the starter. I guess Aaron Rodgers is gone. This is probably where love goes, right?
If Aaron Rodgers is gone, yes.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So when I guess it makes sense in that thought process if we want to put this in this mock, right? I think you can definitely see that he'll be one of these late round or mid tier guys that kind of can be a value for you. The 5 in the 5th round.
JMO or the 106. I'm probably going JMO there. That's close. But for me, Jameson Williams. I understand people are concerned about drafting Jameson Williams. They want to see it before they believe it. But that's a player I'm going to bet on long term personally. Rodgers was traded in the rookie mock. Love is a starter now. Okay.
Okay, yeah, he went there.
Where was Rodgers traded? Because we would have missed that then.
And where was that information given out?
Traded to the Jets. Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Jordan Love is a starter here. Wow. Yeah, makes sense. Good catch, Charms.
Cool. Page 1.
Jonathan Taylor in the 110 or Olave Najee in the 210. I'm probably going Olave Najee in the 210.
Agreed.
It has a pretty good chance of being a mid 24 first. Then I would take the first. King says I'm in the same boat with Swift. Hard to read. You love the talent, but I mean, Badake we've been talking about this a little bit this week. It's just with
the video,
the running back landscape this offseason and how successful that offense was not featuring him. The offense is not the problem in Detroit. It's I don't know how to value him.
Yeah.
What's up, Kev? Lewis says, what rookie pick would you be willing to trade for Garrett Wilson? Probably the 10.
I would say top
103,
3.
104.
Yeah, top 3 up there.
Yeah.
I'll feel really. Garrett Wilson, man, be really comfortable. If I can swap him, I guess for a quarterback, I will believe in. Then maybe.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on the clock here. Let me see what I can do.
I love the respect Ridley's getting nowadays.
Running back. All right.
Walk us through what you're thinking here, my man.
Looking at wide receivers here, I have 2 guys in mind. I'm going to take this person in hopes that the other guy comes back to me.
All right, so you go to TJ Moore there. Thanks for the sub, Chris.
Thank you.
Hey, man, Chris. I hope you're having a fantastic day, Chris. I hope your day is just filled with absolute joy. And thanks for joining us. Guys, should we go? I just want honest answers here because, to be honest, if it was me, I'm not going to turn on someone's stream while I'm watching the combine. But I just want to ask, and I just want genuine responses in the chat. if we were to go live during the combine, is that something you guys would want to watch? Would you want to watch us when, let's say, the running backs are doing their 40s, the wide receivers are doing their 40s? Would you want to watch us? Because I feel like if it was me, I would want to watch the broadcast. But I'm asking because we are considering going live. Like, is there people out there who would actually want to see our reactions? Like, do you guys even care? So I guess that's the question.
Yeah, it's
now
tough.
keep in mind we can't actually show the combine. We can only react to it. So maybe that's important.
Important thing to know. Guy I wanted was Kayshawn Booty there.
Okay, yeah.
And
I was gonna say Downs was still on the board. You love Downs, first round wide receiver. Is that an oversight?
No, he's definitely the other guy that is. I have,
Sure.
I have both of those. I have both of those guys there.
Yeah.
And I was happy to take either one of them.
Okay, gotcha. You were hoping one would fall.
Yeah, I was hoping one would fall, but now I'm kind of effed. Okay, I might pivot here. Where did this guy go? Oh no, he went a terrible spot, man.
Bet on the talent, brother.
All right, if I bet on the talent,
Michael Mayer. I mean, yeah, hell yeah, man. Come on. First round pick. Bet on the talent. Went to the Bucks in the first round.
Yeah, he went to the Bucks. All right, what people were saying here in the chat. So yeah, this is a combine stream. I'm there. I'm so freaking bored watching on my own. I'll watch in conjunction with myself watching it, obviously, right?
Okay, where are we at? Hold on, sorry.
Justin, okay. I guess you can go through it. You can go through it since you.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just replying to an email.
Yeah, so.
Give me 1 second. We'll go through those comments in 1 second, but.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. It's just so hard. I just think. Let me tell you my thought process of a combine. Everyone is just like, I like the idea of going live, but at the same time, there's just so much in between of nothing. And it's also hard because we also want to watch, but there's also an aspect of like, okay, we have to watch and then like fill in the space of nothingness when there's either commercials, where there's like a person that maybe we don't really care for and like we don't think is going to get a really good draft capital, hypothetically, like just like a lot of things that we're going to have to fill, which is fine.
Yeah.
Not saying that we don't want to do that. I'm just saying
it might not be as we might not fill time the way we do on a typical stream is what you're saying.
Exactly.
There might be more dead space.
There might be more dead space.
I'm just gonna see people's reactions here. Oh hell yeah, let's do a combine stream. PH says I'm there. I'm so freaking boring watching on my own. I'd watch y'all in conjunction with myself watching it. Okay. If I'm not with my buddies, I watch your stream. Okay, I'd likely watch. I was with you boys last year. I would definitely be there again if y'all discuss the combine live. Same with the draft. Okay, that's good. Well, maybe we'll consider doing it. I mean, let's try it out. We have nothing to lose. We're gonna be watching it, so
yeah.
Let's try it out. Let's just keep in mind, guys. We might not fill time the way we typically do. Fill space the way we typically do.
Yeah, because we may not look at every comment, or that's my struggle. My thought, my struggle to like fill it in. And I think it's gonna be interesting.
Okay, I'm up on the clock here.
What are you thinking?
Let's see. I mean, it's hard not to go Tony Pollard here. After what we saw this year. Zach Charbonnet would have been in heavy consideration, but if he actually does go in the 4th round, difficult to justify taking him here.
Yeah, Zach Charbonnet, that'd be tough.
Let me ask you, is Amari Cooper available? We could form a nice little stack here with Amari and Watson.
He is available, yes.
Let's do that. Let's form a nice little stack here of Amari and Deshaun Watson. I like that. I mean that that wide receiver room, you got young guys, one who's proven, one who we love the talent, and we got a couple vets that we like, as well as Marky Mark. Let's grab a little. Might be a little Tony. Be a little Tony to start your
Tony
8th round here. Yeah, put a little Tony in me. All right, let's grab Tones. And we're feeling pretty good about this build so far. I like the way this is looking.
Little Tone. All right, let's see what else I can get. Okay, I see this guy. Okay, I see you.
Preston says, I would definitely have your stream up during the combine so I could hear someone else's perspective while I watch and create my own opinions. Love that. That's actually ideal for what everyone should do, I would say. Ignite says, yo, Zach, I was going to try to trade my 102 for Kyler Murray, so I want to ask, why did you take Young over Kyler? Yeah, we did. We talked about this earlier in the stream. I am currently mock drafting for one of our patrons, just what I would do. He has a startup. His name's King. He has a startup very soon, and he's mocking at the 12. So I wanted to try a strategy for him if he didn't like Kyler Murray, essentially, because I think Kyler Murray is the auto pick there. But I just wanted to see, you know, people are very split on him. But for whatever he prefers is what he can do at the 2-1, right? I mean, he can go Kyler there. He can go Stroud. He can go Dak. He can go wide receiver, but I just wanted to try that for him. But I do still have Kyler over Bryce. It's just if you were trying to, you know, not wait through the rehab progress, then, you know, you can make a case for Bryce. Also, I like the landing spot here with the Colts. I do like that spot for Bryce Young, but yeah, I mean, flip a coin with those two guys. If you want to fade running back, but your league is drafting them high, what later round running backs are you targeting? Honestly, that's ideal situation, because if people are drafting running backs high, you're getting all those other values that have longevity, and they're falling to you in really good spots. So just keep letting them take those RBs, you know, keep letting them take those RBs and take the best possible player available is what I would say.
It's going to be a lot easier, especially to know which RBs and which ones you are going to be worth targeting after the NFL draft as well,
and the free agency as well.
Yeah, a lot of moving pieces in the running back market as a whole. So
yeah,
just be aware of that.
Kevin says, if you guys had to guess, who do you think has a better draft capital, Downs or Boutte? And to be honest, Kevin, I'm glad you said the word guess, because it would be an absolute guess at this point. I mean, you go look at 10 mock drafts. Some people will have Boutte in the first, some people will have him in the third. And the same for Josh Downs, you know. If I had to guess, I would say Boutte. That's just if I had to guess.
Yeah. I would say Boutte. Sorry, I'm just trying to make my pick.
Okay.
I'll make a pick here. I probably would say Boutte as well. I think the overall talent is better. I think there are a lot of question marks surrounding him. So I guess, you know, the off the field issues, but my man was just trying to have fun, you know.
What's up, Cuervo? We have a Discord. I'll paste that in the chat.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a chance to join these next time, we post the links in our Discord. Nathan says, I have faith in you boys to fill the gaps well enough for us to be entertained. Love that. Mock and stream. Awesome. I don't think we would mock and stream because I actually want to watch, but like I want to be very attentive to what's happening, but we definitely would talk about it, obviously.
Yeah.
Q&A during commercials. Just talk about the main guys over the less important guys with analysis of how your rankings might change specific to the 40. So our scouting grades, the last factor of those scouting grades, the last two factors I would say, is the combine, so how they test, and draft capital will be important as well when we're actually doing final rankings. So yeah, it definitely would have an impact. Because it does impact the way GMs view prospects as well. So it should impact the way we view them. I mean, remember Kyron Williams last year, the easiest example that you could bring up, but most people had him in the top 3 or 4 of their running back rankings. You and I believed it was Brees Kin, and then it was really weak. But a lot of people had Kyron as one of those top guys. I don't know who the hell was in Kyron Williams' ear and told him to run. Thank you for the sub, Johnny.
Appreciate you.
But that combine alone, I think, would have dropped Kyron Williams multiple rounds. Sam says I'd watch either way, but post-combine stream I would love. Where's the legend Joe Robinson? I'm sure he'll be here later.
Yeah, you're probably here somewhere.
What are you thinking here?
I'm looking at, it's just so tough. You know, you look at these wide receivers and you're in that area guy. You see a young guy, you see an older guy. I'm just going to go Keenan Allen here. And that's tough. That's a tough one. Anyways. What
yeah, that is tough.
I'm interested to know. I was gonna say I'm interested to know about if they would rather us go live. Well, because we're gonna go live regardless for after the NFL draft anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, after the NFL draft, we're not gonna go live during it, but we will be live directly after it to do mock drafts together.
Yeah,
which is always a really fun time. I think there's just so many people who do really good NFL draft shows. I don't think we can compete with that. And I actually want to be super focused in on the draft myself.
Yeah, no, I understand. Like I said,
but those sorry, go ahead.
No, I just wanted. I was gonna say I wonder what everyone thought about us doing that, but we're gonna go live after it anyway, so it doesn't matter. What were you gonna say?
Those. I'm just looking at the mock draft that we're using for landing spots. But people just put on such good shows. Like Pat McAfee, how do you compete with that? With what they're doing? They're just so good at what they do. So many people put up great draft shows. And honestly, just I think from my personal preference, I wouldn't watch us. I wouldn't watch the NFL draft.
Yeah, no, I definitely get it. And we were talking about this the other day. I was like, oh, maybe we should do it or maybe we shouldn't. It's also kind of the thought process of like, okay, when somebody does get drafted, you can see our instant reaction and the people can see it. But I think it, like you said, takes away from the draft after. So it makes sense. Devin went to the Eagles in the second.
I was eyeing him down. Oh, that's gonna make me pivot.
I got sniped twice too, man. I had Keyshawn and Josh, and it just didn't work out for me.
Son of a bitch, you sneaky son of a bitch.
Sneaky son of a, you would have been sniped twice. Ooh,
son of a ding dong. Damn it. I got an offer, Pitts and a 24 first for Waddle. Do I take it? Pitts and a 24 first for Waddle.
Pitts
honestly,
24 first for
if that's
Waddle.
A mid first, yeah, I would take the Pitts and first side.
Yeah,
I'm
happy with the mid. I'm happy with the mid. What are you thinking?
Deontay Johnson's been drafted by now, right? Yeah, it went to 6. That's my bad.
Yeah, he has.
Can you tell me if the following players have been drafted? Kadarius Toney, yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, we might have to pivot to RB here.
Okay, I'm here. I'm listening.
Is Miles Sanders off the board?
Nope.
We might grab Miles here.
Okay.
We might grab Miles. And I mean, what I would do if I went Miles Sanders here, I'm just talking again to King, who's going to be drafted from the 12. I'm looking at my team now. I feel really good about the foundations I have. I feel great about my quarterbacks, tight ends. I like my wide receiver room. I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to take a risk on one of my guys that I love, and that would be one Zach Evans. So you do what you want here. It can be whatever player you want it to be. But after building that kind of foundation, I can kind of decide when I want to go a little bit more risk reward.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So whoever that is for you, you got the solid foundation to kind of make that move. Y'all sleeping? My team has 2 quarterbacks. Casey says,
Mhm.
I have Waddle. Okay, nice.
No.
Yeah, we would take the Pitts and 24 first side if that is a mid 24 first. I spent $1 each on. I know the player, don't know how to say his name. Kyle Phillips and Justin Ross using Fab. Any shot one of them is relevant.
Maybe.
Honestly, I would say Phillips has the best chance to be relevant. It's not that I don't like Justin Ross's talent. It's just his pathway to relevancy is really tough. I mean,
yeah, it's tough.
History of really serious injuries. Just to be undrafted in general, I mean, historically, that's not very good. I know there's a lot of Justin Ross stands out there. I loved him as well pre-draft, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Definitely someone I would be comfortable just leave on my roster and see what happens. But let's say he even hits the field for the Chiefs. How does he separate himself from the rest? We'll see. Like, there's a lot of options there, and I think a lot of those vet guys who will take cheap deals like Juju will end up in KC as they try and spend money the best way possible. But Kyle Phillips intrigues me a lot because slot wide receiver was injured but showed a lot of signs of separation, like being a very good separator at the NFL level. So I think he has this weird pathway to like Hunter Renfrow type usage, but it's very slim for all those guys.
Yeah. Oh, Justin.
Casey says he was taking A-Chain. James Cook goes off the board. Algier, Kamara, Pacheco.
Yeah, the little run there just kind of killed me. I was happy with Brian Cook.
Yeah, I kind of felt like I had to go RB this round. I didn't think that tier would be back. The hoodies... what is that? I'm getting old. The hoodies burner maybe says, yo, can you guys do one of these during the day Eastern time? I got to sneak one in before the wife gets home from work. So if you guys don't know, we are actually both American born and raised, but we're currently in Sydney, Australia. So during your daytime, we're probably asleep, or it's nighttime and we're making dinner or something. So
yeah, it's tough.
We might not be able to, unfortunately.
Yeah,
What's up, Yo Reach?
Yeah, it's just not ideal for us.
Kevin says in the middle of a startup right now and took Josh Downs one pick after Keishon Butte. Would have went Butte if I was one pick earlier. However, it could go either way with draft capital and landing spot. We'll find out. We'll find out very soon what the NFL thinks of these guys. King says he likes it. Love that. No worries, TD. So you're up on the board here. Komet just goes. What are you thinking your team needs here? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a running back, some running back depth right now.
Yep.
I can go, once again, the older guy, but it looks like they get taken out according to this mock. I think I'm going to go Monty here.
I love it.
I was going to go Aaron Jones, but in this mock scenario, they draft somebody in a Bijan.
Yeah.
They draft Bijan.
So who knows where Aaron Jones goes?
Aaron Jones goes. Yeah, so.
I love that you did that because, as you know, we dropped a video today talking about late round steals, and David Montgomery was one of those players that I mentioned. He was actually the first take of that video, so I'll paste that video in the chat. I think Monty is a very good value right now in Dynasty startups. And this is actually a little bit higher than what he's typically going, but I think this is where you could start to take him, right where Badake did. So
yeah. So.
Definitely a name that I think we should, if you're doing startups now, I would be willing to take the risk on him before free agency pans out, because I think he could be still in a very good situation next year, depending on how his free agency goes.
I'll take another running back here who gets, let me just double check.
By the way, Brock Purdy at the 11-1 is, I really like that. I think that's a great risk reward. How did we let him get Brock Purdy and he drafted Trey Lance that early? He should have had to have paid. We didn't make Spinola pay. Good job, Spinola. That's on us.
Spinola pay. Where is this guy? I literally just had him up. I might have been in the 4th, but I still like it.
You had a player that you were going to take in the 4 still available? Oh, you meant NFL draft.
NFL draft. Yeah, he goes to the 4 to the Carolina Panthers. Israel Badake.
Okay, I like it. That's a good spot for him.
Yeah, especially if there's no one in front. There's no one that's going to be taking opportunities away from him. I think he could potentially walk into that first role unless maybe they do draft somebody. They get somebody in free agency, but I don't think they drafted another running back. I was just trying to double check. But in this mock, they didn't get another running back, so I feel pretty confident in that. So they get Izzy and Jalen Hyatt. And if I'm not mistaken, a quarterback as well. I can't say that. And Anthony Richardson. Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Wow. Something's wrong with us. Okay.
Oh, here we go. What a day, huh?
I still can't believe Jahmyr Gibbs went in the 3rd round of this draft. Mock draft.
Who went in the 3rd round, sorry?
Gibbs. They put him to the Lions in the 3rd round. I just think that's ridiculous.
Like the landing spot.
I like the landing spot. Actually, it's weird to me because my biggest comp for for Gibbs is Swift.
Right.
So I don't understand. It's just kind of how I felt last year when you guys took Wandale and you had Tony. But obviously, I understand why you guys did that.
Yeah, because we were always going to get rid of Tony.
We were going to move on. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. So, makes sense now. But GG's to KT, Super Bowl champion now.
Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl champ, I mean.
And he's going down in the history books. The longest punt return ever.
Wow. I mean, look at us now.
In a Super Bowl.
What a steal. I wonder who we get in the 3rd. I'm actually going to ride that the whole way. I was like, I'm going to believe in that 3rd round pick, and if he blows up, dude. Oh, Tony is shit for the rest of his career.
Packer fans just have this undying hate for Giants fans have this undying hate for Kadarius Toney.
Well, when we drafted him, we was like, this is so left field. This is not our type of guy. He was tremendously talented, but we're all about. I guess our owner is very like, how do I say this? Like very conservative. So it's all about how do you represent the Giants organization. Kadarius Toney was not the guy to represent the Giants organization, if we're being completely honest. But that's why I was surprised of when they picked him.
Yeah, I remember you saying that when that went down. It's hard to draft AJ Dillon with Bijan Robinson there. It's almost like wasting a pick, even though we like the player. As crazy as that sounds, I've talked about this before. I'll probably draft Jamal Williams here. He's another player I think late round value, especially from like if you're trying to compete in the next 2 years, or you're competing right now for the next 2 years. I think Jamal Williams comes back. I think there's a higher percentage he comes back than he doesn't. I think he retains the role because it was very successful for that team. So I kind of want to grab a little Jamal Williams at the end of startups this year.
Yeah.
And then also I would put we are all on the same page with DeAndre Hopkins moving on. And I think Rondale Moore was a really fun player and also a reliable PPR option during his little stint when he was healthy. You've got Zach Ertz, who's injured, who was operating over the middle of the field. Trey McBride should obviously step up in a huge way. But it feels like Rondale Moore is going to get peppered with targets this year. It's probably Hollywood, Rondale, Trey McBride. So I'll take Rondale there. Badake, he's here. We were talking about Christian Watson earlier, and we were like, where is Badake? I know he's going to be saying that this is too low on Christian Watson. But welcome in, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. He said, how was the film last night? No spoilers. Talked about it a little bit. There comes the nutty. We talked about it a little bit. Without giving away spoilers, what would you say?
Without giving away spoilers, it was, I would say, it is a good introduction to what Phase 4 is going to be. And the movie itself, each to their own. That's what I would say.
Right.
But I think I'm very excited to see where Phase 4, or is it Phase? Yeah, Phase 4, Phase 5 is going to go and how big it could potentially get.
Yeah.
So that's what I can say without giving you any spoilers. But overall, the movie, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
The only thing I would say, which I wonder if people would agree.
Mm-hmm.
I felt a little Spy Kids vibes. And I wonder if anyone, when they see it, if they can make that connection as well. Felt a little Spy Kitty, which
did you see that?
Not bad, but I just felt a little bit like that. You're on the clock here, sorry.
Oh, I'm on the clock. Holy crap, I wasn't even paying attention. Did you see? I'll take Cedric Tillman, Ravens in the third. I'll take a shot. I'll take a shot on him. I don't know if you saw, but the person that created or directed Rick and Morty was actually spot on from Tim. I don't know if you saw that in the chat.
Right. Yeah. So the somewhat heavily was it the creator of Rick and Morty?
Let me
helped
just
produce it.
Let me just take it. The writers of Rick and Morty. That's what it was. So one of our friends we all came out of the movie. He was like, I just got like Rick and Morty vibes. And come to find out, one of the writers for the movie is actually a writer for Rick and Morty. If you know what Rick and Morty is, it's a Netflix show, like kind of like a cartoon Netflix show.
Well, it's actually Adult Swim.
Yeah, there you go, Adult Swim. And yeah, I just thought that was a cool little tie-in.
Yeah, same. All right, guys, we only need a couple more likes to hit our like goal of 100. If we hit that like goal, we will pop off a rookie mock draft for you guys right after this. So if you want to see that, go and do us a favor, drop a like. I am very confident with your help that we can get to that goal. Spinola's just saying, hey, what quarterbacks are in San Francisco right now? I want all of them. I want them all on my roster. You can draft Josh Johnson, I'm pretty sure, next if you want. But I actually think Jimmy G's good value there at the 12-12. He's going to be a starter somewhere.
Yeah, 100%. Let me ask you this question. I don't think we never hit on this topic. How do you feel about the quarterback?
Sorry, say again.
How do you feel about the reserve quarterback role that a lot of people are advocating for? I don't know if you heard, but a lot of people are saying, like, man, the way that game ended with the 49ers and Eagles.
Yeah.
No quarterback, that there should have been a reserve person, like the NFL or players or fans really want to go in that route.
You're on auto pick, by the way.
Yes, I know. I have somebody on queue.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it doesn't count towards the roster total.
Exactly. So you can have a reserve quarterback on your team just in case your 1, 2, 3 go down. And you have this guy that can just suit up, or that can just come in and say, all right, at least we have a quarterback. How do you feel about that thought process?
I might be too stubborn or like too old in my thought process. It's just like tough luck. Like roster 2 or 3 quarterbacks and tough luck. Like if all your cornerbacks were to get injured, what would you do? Like I just feel like we could do it for every position, and it's such a rare thing that I don't think we need to make a rule on it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like it's all that common for.
I guess like in a caliber game, the way that was, and how.
Well, no disrespect
they
to
were at the position.
Yeah, no disrespect to the Niners, but you shouldn't have gone into that game with only Josh Johnson and Brock Purdy. Right? That important of a game. I feel like that's more of an oversight from them. But maybe that's just unfair.
I think that's like, what are the odds that both of your quarterbacks get injured though? Like
Right.
that's not a really high.
I just think that's football though.
No, and I get it, and I think it's more based off entertainment, and it's also based off of truly somehow evening the playing fields. Because I would agree with you that, like, yeah, we can do that about any position, but quarterback is the most important position. If you don't have a quarterback, you cannot operate, which we clearly saw from that game. So I guess that's kind of the thought process. I just wanted to hear it, but I see people's process and also see yours. Like I understand both sides.
I just feel like I just don't feel like we need to make a change based off one circumstance, I guess. We're gonna grab Zach Wilson here to end for the lulz. But yeah, I guess I'm just maybe too stubborn in my thought process. I'm just like, hey, tough luck. You lost your quarterback, you know.
Yeah.
I think Casey makes a good point, because he said if the 49ers lose both of the quarterbacks, they're losing no matter what. That's true. Like, think about it. What quarterback are you going to bring in? Like, practice squad quarterback? I mean, if Josh Johnson, if you're getting worse than Josh Johnson, and no disrespect to Josh Johnson, but if you're getting worse than Josh Johnson, you might as well just run the Wildcat at that point.
I think I can see that as well. But what if you had a reserve backup? What if that reserve backup was okay? I think this is kind of a perfect scenario, but like, you can be a 30-something-year-old quarterback. What if that was Joe Flacco that was a reserve quarterback that hasn't played in 2, and Joe Flacco comes in and helps you win, or a Chad Henne comes in and helps you win?
So that's where I would say those are already backup quarterbacks. So they would already make up backup money. They wouldn't want reserve money, which I assume would be less than being a backup.
For sure. But
so if you're a reserve quarterback, you're not getting anyone with like a Joe Flacco type.
I think if they can't find an area, a place, you know, like if one of those, I'm trying to think of quarterbacks that are still trying to get into the league, or older guys that say, like Cam Newton. He doesn't want the reserve backup money, but maybe for him to be on the team and like be in the facility, I don't know. Maybe I'm just stretching it a little bit, but we're doing a new mock draft.
I don't know. I think like overall my thoughts are, don't go into a NFC Championship game where, by the way, the Niners have had like this vast history of quarterback injuries. Don't go into the most important game of your season with 2 quarterbacks. Sacrifice somewhere else. But maybe I'm just not with a new wave or something, you know.
If you want to join this mock draft, guys, we're doing a rookie mock draft. It is first come, first serve. But if you were in the Dynasty Startup draft just before this, please let somebody else, give them an opportunity to get in.
Spinola, Charrington, Mike, Ronnie, Hunter, TK, Dynamic, Charms, I'm MCD, Casey.
We'll call you out.
You will be publicly shamed if you join this mock.
We like to say that, but join our Discord if you're here for the first time. Easiest way to join is joining our Discord. Go to Dynasty Dammit and then Dynasty Mock Draft tab. That's where we post the links there before. And I'm gonna be sending this link out in 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Order, yes, but what I'm saying is you can bring as many quarterbacks as you want, like that the roster will allow you. You can bring 3 quarterbacks into a playoff game if you want. Not every team has had that vast history of injuries at the quarterback position like the Niners had. The Niners knew of this vast history of injuries that they've had, is what I was saying. But I mean, I can see where some people are coming from.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, I definitely see both perspectives. I think like as a fan, as wanting to see a somewhat of a fair game, and I can see how you're saying, well, if they're in the reserve quarterback room, then they're not competent at all. But at the same time, like once Purdy went down and Josh Johnson went down, it was like, okay, this game's over.
It was already over, to be fair, but
yeah, you know, but I know, and I think there's also like the ands if or buts. Like, what if Purdy didn't hurt his arm and they were down? Like, could he have come back? You know, could he have at least brought it down to 1 touchdown, or you know, like what would have been the thought process there? So I think that's what I think of, but I see both. I see both perspectives.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just think maybe I'm too old school. I'm just like, hey,
Just
you
too
knew
old
that
school.
you had this injury. Tough luck. Like, do you know what I mean? Like how many times can we think in the last 10 years that that's been a problem?
Yeah, but how many times?
Because if it's a consistent problem, then it's like, all right, let's address it.
I think how many times has? Yeah, I mean, it's just. I think we're thinking about like viewership, NFL making money. That's the side I'm
Right.
thinking of. Because
I just
bet
typically
you
try not to think from
immediately.
that mind.
Nah, for sure. I bet you immediately want. I wonder how many viewers were watching that game up to the point Brock Purdy or up to the point Josh Johnson went down.
Honestly, when Josh Johnson went in, I stopped watching.
Exactly. Right.
But Josh Johnson was your backup. So what's the reserve going to do for you? If the reserve is worse than Josh Johnson, where are we?
Right.
Okay,
I get you.
Let's get this started. Is that the Fantasyland thing in the background you have?
What?
Is that the sign in the background?
It is a sign. Yeah, I have to bubble wrap
okay.
it. I have to bubble wrap it, and because we're gonna be moving soon.
All right, we're gonna use the same landing spots that we did previously. So we're on the same page. We're doing a 2023 Dynasty rookie mock draft. It is super flex. It is not tight end premium. It is PPR. And just to recap, we'll go through some of these spots. Bryce Young is a Colt. CJ Stroud's a Texan. Then we have Will Levis to the Raiders. Anthony Richardson to the Panthers. Quentin Johnston to the Titans. Jordan Addison to the Texans. Bijan Robinson to the Packers, which is crazy. But yeah, again, there's not a spot where he's not the 101 for me. And that holds true here. Then we get into the second half of the first round. We got Michael Mayer to the Bucks. Then we have a lot of defensive players going off the board, actually. JSN goes to the Giants. We like that landing spot for him. Josh Downs to the Bills. That's great for him as well. Yep. I like how he complements what they currently have. And then we get into the second round where we see Jalen Hyatt to the Panthers, Kayshon Boutte to the Saints, Luke Musgrave to the Titans, Dalton Kincaid to the Packers, Rashee Rice to the Patriots, Hendon Hooker to the Commanders, Zay Flowers to the Steelers, Tanner McKee to the Bucks, Nathaniel Dell to the Bears. I'm really struggling to understand how Nathaniel Dell goes off the board before Jahmyr Gibbs. Sam Laporta to the Jags. Devin A-Chain goes off the board ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs as well with the second with the second round pick to the Eagles. We get into the third round here where we see Parker Washington to the Colts, Jahmyr Gibbs to the Lions. Again, interesting. A.T. Perry goes to the Jags, as well as Cedric Tillman to the Ravens. Xavier Hutchinson goes to the Eagles. I really don't like that at all. Marvin Mims goes to the Browns. Jonathan Mingo to the Giants. Rakim Jarrett to the 49ers, which, I mean, I feel like he would just get buried, unfortunately. Zach Charbonnet goes to the Texans. So he will be competing with Dameon Pierce. Same draft capital for each of them as well. Then we see Jaron Hall to the Saints. Jaden Reed to the Patriots. Jake Haener to the Seahawks. Ronnie Bell to the Chiefs. Chase Brown to the Browns. Dwayne McBride to the Giants. Tajay Spears to the Bills. Zach Evans to the Bengals. Tucker Kraft to the Bears. Jalen Moreno-Cropper to the Browns. Max Dugan to the Falcons. Israel Boniconda to the Panthers. I like the pathway there. Don't love the draft capital. Trey Palmer to the Lions. Eric Gray to the Bucks. Sean Tucker. This is maybe worst case scenario, Badake. Would you agree? Sean Tucker, fourth round to the
both of these
to the Niners.
It was Niners and Giants. Those are the two he keeps getting drafted to.
Evan Hull goes to the Cowboys. Dontavion Wicks to the Falcons. Puka Nacua goes to the Packers. Kenny McIntosh to the Rams. And then if you guys want to look at rounds 6 and 7, be our guest. Link is in the description, and I can also paste it in the chat here now.
Let's do
Okay,
this.
so let's go ahead and start this thing. 60 seconds on the clock. And let's see how it all pans out. Let's see where the chips may fall. Trenton says AMSP. Might be in the earlier part of the stream here.
I love it.
Alex says, do you think a cool video idea could be what players you could trade each first rounder that is worth the value? That could be interesting, yeah.
Yeah, put that in the content suggestion tab on Discord, Alex, if you're not in our Discord, link in the description below. We do have a content suggestion tab where you can come in and just say, hey, I think this could be cool. And we have made videos from that previously. So we definitely look at it on a regular basis.
Shrimp Boy says the Eagles and Casey both had 3 active quarterbacks for the Super Bowl, by the way. They knew.
All right.
They knew the risk.
They knew the risk.
Rick says, if we're drafting, how are we able to see the simmed draft spots? Well, you can, I mean, that's why we went through them, but you can pull it up on a different screen if you want. However works best for you. Based on previous models, is possible he comes in at 195 to 200 at the combine.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's A-Chain.
Yeah, I'm talking about A-Train.
I would be surprised if he comes in that heavy, but let's see. Okay, 3 quarterbacks go off the board. Bryce, CJ, and Anthony Richardson shooting for the stars here at the 104.
Yeah, PFF just brought out a video about like Bryce Young, or not brought out a video, but like I just saw a TikTok. I don't know how old it was actually. But they were just talking about like the history of the smaller running backs or smaller quarterbacks, and it was just like they said they'll be surprised if he measures. They'll be surprised if he does go in the first, if he does measure under 6 foot and under like 195 pounds. And they were kind of breaking down the history, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, send me the link to that. I would love to watch it.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
So I have Quentin Johnston and Jordan Addison in the same tier 2. I have JSN in his own tier in tier 1. I know people have, their opinions on these 2 guys. One goes to the Texans, one goes to the Titans. And Jordan Addison gets to link up with CJ Stroud. I'm very excited about what that could turn into. So I'll take Jordan Addison here. But if I was at the 1-8, which you are now, I probably would lean Johnston over anyone else available is what I was going to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm on the clock here. Okay. Well, I mean, we're talking about best player available, then I'll go with Quentin here.
I think it makes a lot of sense, yeah. If Addison wasn't on the board, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I'm not in love with the landing spot, but I would definitely go Jordan Addison over Quentin in this scenario.
Sure.
But yeah, let's see if I can find this.
Casey says his NFL comps at that size are Jamal Charles, CJ Spillard, and Chris Johnson. Yeah. Ceiling comps. Brett says you didn't mention Jake Bobo. That's my bad. Yeah, we know about Jake.
Big Jakey.
Good point. Yeah, he was drafted. Trenton says wonder how much longer JSN takes to creep behind Olave and Wilson. He keeps moving up these mocks. Yeah.
I think a lot
really
is going to. Sorry.
The moon is the ceiling there. There really isn't a ceiling, I don't think.
I think we'll get a new
JSN.
narrative. We'll get a new narrative at the combine.
Yeah.
If he's runs under 4.45, if he can get there.
Yeah.
I just think that he's gonna skyrocket and say, okay, Jason is healthy. Jason this.
I just can't imagine NFL scouts watching JSN and not having him wide receiver 1. But
I can't imagine him going later than like going into the 20s. Like
yeah, I struggle to see that too.
I just don't see that happening.
I think someone's gonna have to trade up for him. I think he goes right where Olave, Jahan Dotson went last year.
I would love it if he could fall there, but I mean, I just don't see that happening personally.
So the first round is up. I want to talk about one again. I'm not a big Hyatt guy. I think he went in the second round. Okay, so That fits my narrative.
He wasn't drafted, so
It wasn't drafted. No, I'm saying
yeah.
in the mock draft.
Oh, okay.
But there's a first round wide receiver that I like that was not drafted in the first round of our rookie draft, and I think that's a miss personally. I mean, and it's a good spot. You don't push him up because of the spot, but it's a good spot. He lands with the Bills. It's Josh Downs. Josh Downs, if he's drafted by the Bills in the first round, I think he has to be a first round pick in dynasty rookie drafts. I mean, it's the same way I felt about Jahan Dotson last year. So I feel like you gotta put Josh Downs in there somewhere. But yeah, is there anything else that you wanted to say on this first round before we go to the second?
No, I'm really happy. I mean, I think something that I would struggle with is taking Zach Charbonnet at the end of the first.
With fourth round capital.
With fourth round capital. It's not necessarily that the fourth. I mean, I think even when we saw the video that we redrafted the 2022 draft, and Dameon Pierce was at the 112. I think, there's probably other landing spots, like you said, a Josh Downs, maybe even Kayshawn, I would take over Zach Charbonnet.
So difficult because
based off that landing spot.
I agree fundamentally, but when I think about Zach Charbonnet stepping into that backfield, I think he becomes the RB1.
Right.
And then I'm like, I love the player. Then it's just the draft capital that you have to navigate. Yeah. So I get where you're coming from for sure. It's hard when, like, fourth round player, it's really difficult to draft a fourth round player in the first round of a rookie draft. I agree.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's tough. On to the second round.
On to the. Let me start looking at who I'm going to take next here, because that creeps up pretty fast.
Casey, yeah, that's a good point. I would say the opposite part of that, though, is the first round, because Casey's saying, agreed, fade Gabe Davis and take Downs, but Downs is like the Dotson of last year, but this year we have 3 more first-round quarterbacks to push him back. I agree, but we have less first-round wide receivers in rookie drafts, right? Mm-hmm. You could put 7 or more wide receivers in the first round of last year. I think this year you can probably only put 3 or 4. So I get where you're coming from, but I think, the strengths kind of balance out. But I can see it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Downs goes, then Kincaid and Evans.
Yeah, definitely something to think about.
Yeah. Garrett Wilson or Amon-Ra in Dynasty Startups? I would go Garrett Wilson. That's very close.
Garrett Wilson for me.
We're trying to keep up with the chat. We'll do our best, but we just want to make sure we're still commenting on what's happening in the draft. So Boutte goes at the 2-4. Where did Boutte end up? I'm pretty sure
went to the Saints.
Went to the Saints in the second round.
Saints in the second.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I like how he compliments Olave.
I like that landing spot a lot, so I would be really excited. I think that could be a guy I would take over a Zach Charbonnet, a Devin A-Chain in this scenario.
Yeah, I can see
in the first round.
I can pick up what you're putting down there, man. Zay Flowers goes off the board. He goes to the Steelers.
Steelers in the second.
I really do not want the Steelers to draft another wide receiver. I mean, Deontay's long term. I don't think he moves. Pickens is there. You've already got Pat Freiermuth as well. And I don't want to disrespect Calvin Austin because I know people will not like if I do that. But he is also there. He was injured last year. And you have Najee Harris. That's a tough spot for Zay. I really don't want Zay to go to the Steelers, but I like the player.
That is a tough one, but what can you do? The Tank off the board. Sean Tucker. Okay.
Okay, so Sean Tucker is off the board. Tough to draft. Okay, let's be honest. If Sean Tucker actually ends up with the Niners in the 4th round, isn't that where he went here?
Yes, Niners in the 4th round.
Niners in the 4th round. Where would you start to take him? I don't think I'd take him in the second.
No, I'm not taking him in the second. I would say if running backs are off the board based off draft capital, I might be taking him maybe 3, 6. Just whoever. Just all depends who's on the board, really. right? I mean, because I can probably tell you 2 tight ends I would rather take, maybe 3, 3 or 4 wide receivers I would like to take. I maybe even take a shot on maybe 1 quarterback, right? You know,
I'm
so
gonna go Rashee Rice here. By the way, he went to the Patriots in the 2nd round. So I like what he can offer to that offense, who's probably losing Jacoby Myers. Sorry, continue.
Okay, I'm just looking at who to take here. Don't like that landing spot. Don't like that landing spot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's a guy that I like, but I know he's not going to fall to me. But it would be way too high.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
It feels high, doesn't it?
It is. I think you can get him next round. If it's who I think.
I have 2 people now, so I'm second guessing it. I don't like any of these people. Where the tight ends go, man?
Okay, then we're not on the same page. If you were saying where the tight ends go, then
no. I'm gonna take Parker Washington here. He goes to the Colts in the 2nd.
Okay. Did he get 2nd? I like that.
Yes, he did. Let me double check.
I thought it was 3rd.
Maybe it was 3rd. It was 3rd.
Still a spot where you could see him thriving, though.
Yeah, I think he would definitely take a step up. I mean, in my opinion, I would say Parker. Yeah, he definitely gets opportunity. I mean, he gets a quarterback here as well in the 1st. Probably at and it's Bryce as well. So I'll be really happy if that happens. Nathaniel Dell in the 212, by the way.
So you've been putting a little bit more respect on Jalen Hyatt recently. That's what I was surprised by. I thought, because where did he go? He went to the Panthers.
Went to the Panthers in the 2nd. I'm not in love. I think when Jalen Hyatt landed and decent. Like
sorry, say that again. You're cutting out. Say that again.
Am I okay? When Jalen Hyatt gets 1st round draft capital, I think it's really hard to pass him up in an area like that. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's just an oversight by me. I just completely forgot about Jalen Hyatt. But yes, I like to put respect on his name because I think you have to realize that he's still there. NFL teams are gonna like him, and he is a field stretcher. So the person I was really talking about was Izzy.
Okay, yeah.
4th round guy.
Then we were not on the same page because I definitely wouldn't have said Izzy's going to come back to you. There was a couple players that I had in mind that I thought we were on the same page. I was like, oh, they could come back to you. Yeah. But yeah, Izzy wasn't going to come back to you.
Yeah. That's who I was thinking, and I'm that if Izzy does get probably not.
Sorry, dude, you're cutting in and out like crazy.
Am I? Can y'all hear me? Am I cutting it out for you or
for me?
For everyone.
Keep in mind if people are hearing what I hear.
Okay, sure.
It's because you're coming through my desktop audio.
Right. Basically, says everyone cutting in and out for us too. Okay, good to know. Basically, what I'm saying is that I think if he gets a 4th round draft capital, goes to a team that has clear pathway, he will be the Dameon Pierce of this year, right? Okay. I think Dameon Pierce went in the second round.
Yeah,
and
as I think far that as value, you're saying
that would make sense for him to go at the 2.8.
Yeah. Oh boy, I want this player to fall to me, and it does. Hey, it's a great day to be great.
Is it?
I'm getting Luke Musgrave
yeah.
at the 3-7, and my guy's an early 2nd round pick to the Tennessee Titans. So I'll take a little Luke Musgrave in the 3rd and feel pretty good about it. I really like the potential of what Luke could bring to an offense. And I also, I was going to say, I thought Kincaid wasn't off the board for some reason just then. And I thought I made a huge mistake, but he went at the 2-2. So that would be my next tight end.
That makes sense. I'm going to take Kenny McIntosh. I'm taking Kenny McIntosh here. He goes in the 4th round. He goes to the Rams.
Yeah.
Okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I think it's a good pick. Badake cut out for us, cutting in and out for us too. Okay.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. I mean,
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what it is that makes you cut out. I don't know if your mic has any function where it removes background noise or not, but maybe someone is talking somewhere else in a different room and I'm not sure what it is. So
maybe that is the case.
It does happen often. I'm just not sure why.
Yeah, maybe that is the case. Right now, the garbage people's here. It's Friday, guys. The garbage truck is outside, so you can probably hear the background noise there. What I was gonna say is that there are other people. I've been trying to research. I'm trying to figure out what platform they use. There are other people that are not together, and they sound crisp. Like it would sound as if we were recording a podcast. The audio that they would receive.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I would love to know.
I just don't know what platform that is. I was thinking about messaging them because they're also fantasy football content creators.
Oh, okay.
And they're not even in the same state. So, if I'm not mistaken. And their audio sounds really, really good. So, I don't know what to do there. Yeah, I think they sound good audio wise. I've never been on Dynasty Rewind, watched a video or two, and they sound good audio wise when like a produced video, like when they record and then edit. Because my audio sounds completely different when I'm live compared to when we do an actual when we make a video, right? So
yeah, we like our audio during our videos, but during a live stream,
it's tough.
It's not as good.
It's just not ideal. Maybe it's a different platform they use. Maybe it has to be a different way to do it, but I just can't find that platform that they use.
JT says you take Musgrave over Xavier Hutchinson. In this scenario, I think I would, because Xavier Hutchinson, I love that he's in the 3rd round, but to the Eagles, I really struggle to see a scenario in which he is fantasy relevant. I mean, you got AJ Brown ahead of him, Devonta Smith ahead of him, Dallas Goedert ahead of him. I love the player, I love the talent, but I'm struggling to see a scenario in which 1 year from now his value improves. I'm stuck behind those guys. Ant-Man was pretty good, AK. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to leave any bias for you guys going into the movie. All I will say is Spy Kids vibes.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying it, I'll say it again. It's a good introduction to what the next phase is in the Marvel universe, and everyone can kind of figure out how they like the movie itself. I liked it. Yeah, I'm excited for the next phase. That's what I would say.
Did y'all end up figuring out Badaki's audio from yesterday? The next 4 videos are going to sound really interesting. That's all I'll say. We tried our best.
Yeah, we touched on it a little bit earlier as well.
Joseph says, I think the Eagles will draft Bijan or Gibbs based on how Sanders played in the Super Bowl. I think he was hurt, though, to be fair. I think Sanders was hurt, but yeah, that could be true. Abaki says, will J-Love be great immediately as other quarterbacks who sat before first have been? Or do you think he starts slow? I think everything is a possibility. We just like the talent, and we want to give him respect for a full season. Let's see what you look like for a full season, and then in your second year, just like we do for all these other rookies, is when we want to start seeing some big improvements.
Yeah, it looks like history is going to repeat itself over there. And was Aaron
Is it
Rodgers,
though? Do we really think Rodgers is going to move on?
Come on.
I mean, the way it's going right now, it kind of feels like it could be that way.
I just don't know, man.
I also wonder if did Aaron Rodgers just come out swinging after Brett left, or what did it take him?
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was pretty good straight away.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I'll take Dwayne here. He went to the Giants, but take a shot on him.
You gotta take a shot. I know who I'm gonna take. I just want to double check the landing spots.
Appreciate that, AK. Yeah, I hope the videos are okay, guys. I hope the next 4 videos are all right.
It's gonna be tough. Just give us grace for the next 4 videos. Just understand that my audio got corrupted, and there was nothing else we can do.
Yeah.
So
I really tried my best to
try to hang in there when you
make it
watch
sound okay.
when you're watching the videos.
Casey says we're missing the running back that went 4th in the draft. I think the 4th running back was Charbonnet. No, let me know who we're missing, Casey. We like Rashid Shaheed. Definitely think he should be rostered in every league. Tajay Spears goes RB4, but falls to the 4th round, 5th round. I think Charbonnet was the RB4, right? Because you had Bijan, then you had A-Chain, then you had Gibbs in the 3rd, Charbonnet in the 4th, right? I don't know. PH says favorite MCU film of all time, non-endgame film. Well, then I would have to say Infinity War.
Yeah, Infinity War, that was pretty good.
I don't know. What do you think?
I'm trying to think. There is a couple. It's just so hard. It's just so hard to kind of break it down in that way. I have like 3 favorites. I can't. I
just think there's so many good films that it's really difficult to like put one at the top.
Yeah, that's what I think. And I think if I had to put one on the top, it'd probably be Endgame. That's why you said non-Endgame. So it's kind of hard if you can't put the one that I think is the best there. But
yeah, I think I would say Black Panther's up there. The first Black Panther.
No, it definitely was.
That was
it
like from all angles. That was incredible. Even like soundtrack wise, I love what Kendrick did. I would say like funniest. I'll break it into categories. Funniest would probably be Thor Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably got to be like funniest category. It's hard not to put No Way Home up there as well.
Right.
That was a good one. No Way Home. I was really happy with that. There were so many high expectations, and I felt like it fulfilled those expectations. I would say. Ooh, Guardians of the Galaxy is a really good shout. Yeah.
I would say the second one, or I would say the second one.
I would put the first one up there.
The first one. Sorry. Yeah, I was just trying to think of the second one.
Yeah.
Second one, he was like trying to figure out his mom stuff. Yeah, I would definitely put the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
At the very top, very, very, very top, you got to put the original Hulk. Obviously.
I'll be honest.
Or Dark World, maybe? I'm just kidding.
I have a low-key one that I actually really like, and like when I'm bored, I just put it on.
Okay.
And that's Shang-Chi.
Oh yeah, Shang-Chi is great.
I love that movie. When it came out, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And it's just like I don't know, I love it. And
Shang-Chi's banging.
Hell yeah, I love that movie, but
I'm excited for where that storyline goes next.
Yeah. I love this character.
Civil War is pretty good too.
The whole ring process. Yeah, Civil War was good.
Yeah. Roger starting his Darkness Retreat tomorrow. Mahomes, Lamar, and Hurts all sat first. I think sitting raises the hit rate. Fair. Nicholas says, which pick would I have to pay for DJ Moore? As far as like a rookie pick? You could probably do like end of the first, right?
Yeah,
I mean, surely you do like a 111, 112.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. From 111 to maybe like 2-2 feels very comfortable, depending on the person that has DJ Moore.
Yeah, that feels. But the person who has DJ Moore might have drafted him too high, and they might be stubborn based off of last year.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 110 to 112 ish. You could probably get it done. Etienne Pitts or Olave. As an Etienne and Pitts, I'll take Etienne and Pitts over just Olave.
Oh, 100%.
Or if you're asking me which one of the 3 I would choose, honestly, you could go literally any way. I think they're all very similarly valued.
Yeah.
Spears was RB5. Okay, gotcha. Superhero movies are so played out, Joseph says. Fair enough. Kendrick, J. Cole, or Drake? I got to give it to Drizzy, but I would put Kendrick, then J. Cole, but those are all like in a very, very high regard.
Man, I think like I think they're all in different categories, but they're all number one. Like if you had to break it down
Okay,
to like,
fair.
all right, shit that I'm listening to every day, put on some Drake. You're trying to like get deep in your thoughts, you go to J. Cole. And if you're trying to mob out, you put Kendrick. You know,
Okay,
like
fair.
if you that's how I'm feeling.
Fair.
I think they're all up there for sure.
Winter Soldier, hand down, best solo movie. Fair. OG Iron Man. Is Mixon worth a first? I probably am not sitting a first round pick from Mixon, but I know that might be controversial. I think Badake might have Mixon higher than me.
I would say that based off everything that's happening with Joe, no one's going to pay it first. I still believe he is a player that is going, when everything settles, he is going to be worth a first. But that's hard to that's hard to prove to you until we know that he's going to be on the team and lead back at least for next year. Everyone's worried about next year. Okay, he's going to be on the team for next year. Are they going to draft a running back? What's going to happen? How are they going to pay everyone? Maybe he's one of these guys that restructures a contract because he wants to stay on the team, kind of like what Aaron Jones did.
Yeah. Mixon is one of those players where if you have him, you're not going to be able to sell him for proper value, but also don't sell him because it's probably not worth getting what you could get. You know, you probably get like an early second round pick, and that's just not worth it at that point. You would rather just hold off and see if he's going to keep being the RB1 there because you know, if he goes into next year as an RB1 in Cincy, his value is going to be more than.
Exactly. I think his value goes right back up to where it was. But it just really depends on what media is pushing out.
Chase versus Devonta, close the gap with picks as far as like what would it cost. I would say like, I mean, this year I would probably say like Devonta Smith in like the 104, 103, and a second. I would say like Devonta Smith 103, the 201. And the 205, like something around that, but at the same time, I'm probably still going Chase there.
Chase, yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm happy with that.
What's the least you take? I mean, yeah, I think we're both on the same page. Like, don't sell Mixon if you have him right now because you're not going to get proper value.
Yeah, it's just not going to be.
Wandale in a second for Mixon, is that a bit much? 2024? No, I don't think that's too much. I would do that.
Like in my eyes, I feel like that's not enough. But like, you get what I'm saying? That's why
I would buy Mixon for that.
That would be, yeah, exactly. I would, if I can acquire Mixon for that. But if you're giving up Mixon, I think it's like, bro, like, are you serious right now? That's how I would react to that trade. But that's because my thought process of where I believe Mixon is going to go. So it's tough.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that is it for today. Hey, we dropped a video where we gave late round Dynasty startup steals. That's on our page if you want to check that out. Let us know what you think about it. And give us some grace for the next 4 videos because the audio is going to sound very interesting.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for the love. Drop a like on your way out, and we'll see you in the next stream. All love.
Love.